In the bustling city of Eclipsia, renowned for its advanced technology and neon-lit skyline, lived a man named Orion. At 32, Orion was a brilliant software engineer, known for creating revolutionary AI systems that enhanced the lives of millions. His success, however, came at a cost. Long hours and relentless dedication left him isolated, his heart yearning for a connection that seemed increasingly elusive. Orion's life took a dramatic turn when he received an anonymous email inviting him to a secretive event known as the Masquerade. The email promised an unforgettable experience where souls meet beyond the realm of ordinary existence. Intrigued and weary of his monotonous life, Orion decided to attend. The event was held in an opulent mansion on the outskirts of the city. As Orion arrived, he marveled at the intricate architecture, the grandeur reminiscent of a bygone era. Inside, the ambiance was even more mesmerizing. Guests adorned in elegant attire and ornate masks mingled, their identities hidden, creating an air of mystery and excitement. Orion, wearing a sleek black mask and a tailored suit, felt a sense of liberation. He wandered through the rooms, absorbing the lavish decorations and the aura of anticipation. As he approached the grand ballroom, he heard the soft strains of a piano, the melody hauntingly beautiful. There, in the center of the room, stood a woman in a striking silver gown, her mask adorned with delicate feathers and shimmering crystals. She played the piano with an ethereal grace that captivated everyone in the room. Orion was drawn to her, his heart pounding with an unfamiliar intensity. When the music ceased, the woman stood and gracefully walked away from the piano. Orion, compelled by an invisible force, followed her. She led him to a secluded terrace overlooking a moonlit garden. The soft glow of lanterns and the fragrance of blooming flowers created a surreal atmosphere. "Your music is enchanting," Orion said, his voice barely above a whisper. The woman turned to him, her eyes meeting his through the masks. "Thank you," she replied, her voice like a soft breeze. "Music is the language of the soul, don't you think?" "Indeed," Orion agreed. "May I know your name?" The woman hesitated, then smiled. "At the Masquerade, we are not defined by names. Tonight, I am simply Lyra." "Lyra," Orion repeated, the name feeling like a melody in his mouth. "I'm Orion." They spent the evening talking, their conversation flowing effortlessly. Lyra spoke of her love for music and the freedom it gave her. Orion shared his passion for technology and the loneliness it often brought. Despite the anonymity, they felt an undeniable connection, as if their souls recognized each other. As the night drew to a close, Lyra took Orion's hand. "Will you dance with me, Orion?" she asked, her eyes sparkling with mischief. Orion smiled. "It would be my pleasure." They danced under the stars, their movements synchronized as if they had danced together 1,000 times before. For the first time in years, Orion felt truly alive, his heart soaring with a newfound sense of joy. When the clock struck midnight, the spell of the masquerade began to fade. Lyra stepped back, her expression tinged with sadness. "This night has been magical, Orion, but the masquerade is about fleeting moments. We may never see each other again." Orion's heart clenched at the thought. "But what if I want more than just this night?" he asked, desperation creeping into his voice. Lyra touched his cheek gently. "Then we must find each other in the real world, beyond the masks and illusions." With that, she slipped away, leaving Orion with only a lingering sense of longing. He spent the next few days in a daze, replaying their encounter in his mind. Determined not to let this chance slip away, he began to search for Lyra, using every resource at his disposal. Weeks turned into months, and just as hope began to wane, Orion stumbled upon a music store in a quiet corner of the city. Drawn by a familiar melody, he entered and saw her. Lyra stood by a grand piano, playing the same haunting tune from the masquerade. "Lyra," he called softly, his heart pounding. She looked up, her eyes widening in recognition. "Orion," she breathed, a smile breaking across her face. They embraced, the months of separation melting away. "I've been looking for you," Orion said, his voice choked with emotion. "And I for you," Lyra replied, tears glistening in her eyes. Their reunion was the beginning of a love story that defied the constraints of time and space. They spent their days exploring the city, sharing their dreams, and creating a bond that grew stronger with each passing moment. Orion introduced Lyra to the world of technology, while she immersed him in the beauty of music. As their love deepened, they faced challenges together, their bond tested by the demands of their careers and the complexities of life. Yet, through it all, they remained steadfast, their hearts intertwined in a dance as timeless as the stars. One evening, as they sat on the terrace of Orion's apartment, overlooking the city's skyline, Lyra spoke of a dream she had. "I've always wanted to compose a symphony that captures the essence of love, the way it ebbs and flows, the way it endures." Orion took her hand, his eyes filled with admiration. "And I want to help you make that dream a reality." They embarked on a project that combined their talents, a symphony that blended the precision of technology with the passion of music. Months of collaboration led to the creation of a masterpiece that was unlike anything the world had ever seen. The premiere of their symphony was held in the same mansion where they had first met, the grand ballroom filled with an audience eager to witness this groundbreaking fusion. As the music filled the room, Orion and Lyra stood side by side, their hearts beating in unison. The final note lingered in the air, and the audience erupted into applause. Tears streamed down Lyra's face as she turned to Orion. "We did it," she whispered, her voice trembling with emotion. Orion kissed her gently. "We did it together." Their love story, born in the magic of the Masquerade, had transcended the ordinary, becoming a testament to the power of connection, creativity, and the unbreakable bond between two souls destined to find each other. And as they stood in the spotlight, basking in the glory of their achievement, they knew that their hearts would forever be eclipsed by the love they had discovered, a love that would continue to inspire and illuminate their lives for all eternity. Their story didn't end there. The success of their symphony opened new doors and brought new challenges. Orion and Lyra were invited to speak at conferences, share their experiences, and collaborate with other artists and technologists. Their bond grew stronger as they navigated this new chapter of their lives together. One day, while they were preparing for a presentation at a prestigious conference, Orion received a call from an old colleague, Julian, who had been working on a groundbreaking AI project. Julian invited Orion and Lyra to visit his lab and see the project firsthand. Intrigued, they accepted the invitation. At the lab, Julian introduced them to his team and the AI they had developed, named Echo. Echo was designed to understand and replicate human emotions through music and art. Julian believed that with Orion's expertise in AI and Lyra's musical talent, they could take Echo to the next level. Orion and Lyra spent weeks working with Julian and his team, integrating their symphony with Echo's algorithms. The process was challenging, but their combined skills and unwavering determination led to remarkable progress. Echo began to create music that resonated deeply with human emotions, bridging the gap between technology and the soul. During this time, Orion and Lyra's relationship faced new tests. The long hours and intense focus required for the project left little time for anything else. There were moments of tension and frustration, but they always found their way back to each other, their love a constant source of strength and inspiration. One evening, after a particularly grueling day at the lab, Lyra suggested they take a break and visit a nearby park. They walked hand in hand, the cool breeze and the sound of rustling leaves providing a much-needed respite. As they sat on a bench, watching the sunset, Lyra rested her head on Orion's shoulder. "Do you ever wonder what our lives would have been like if we hadn't met at the Masquerade?" Lyra asked softly. Orion smiled, kissing the top of her head. "I try not to think about it. I'm just grateful that we did." Lyra looked up at him, her eyes filled with love. "Me too." As the project with Echo neared completion, Orion and Lyra were invited to present their work at an international symposium. The night before their presentation, they stood on the balcony of their hotel room, looking out over the city lights. "Are you nervous?" Orion asked, sensing Lyra's unease. "A little," Lyra admitted, "but I know we'll do great. We've always been stronger together." Orion nodded, pulling her close. "We have, and we always will be." The next day, their presentation was met with overwhelming praise. Echo's ability to create music that evoked genuine human emotions was hailed as a breakthrough in the field of AI and art. As they stood on stage, receiving a standing ovation, Orion and Lyra knew that their journey was far from over. They had forged a path that others would follow, but more importantly, they had found each other. In the years that followed, Orion and Lyra continued to innovate and inspire. They founded a foundation to support young artists and technologists, fostering a new generation of creators who would carry on their legacy. Their love story, born in the magic of the Masquerade, became a beacon of hope and possibility, proving that when hearts and minds unite, there are no limits to what can be achieved. As they grew older, their bond only deepened. They traveled the world, sharing their story and their music, touching the lives of countless people along the way. Every night, as they lay together, they would talk about their dreams and their future, always grateful for the twist of fate that had brought them together. And so, in the city of Eclipsia, where technology and art intertwined, the love story of Orion and Lyra became legend. A story of two souls who found each other against all odds, whose love transcended the ordinary, and whose hearts would forever be eclipsed by the light of their undying love. Their journey, filled with joy and sorrow, triumphs and challenges, was a testament to the enduring power of love. For in the end, it was not the symphonies or the technological marvels that defined their legacy, but the simple, profound truth that love, in all its forms, has the power to transform lives and light the way to a brighter future. In their twilight years, Orion and Lyra retired to a serene countryside home, surrounded by nature's beauty. There, they found peace and contentment, reflecting on their incredible journey. They continued to create, Lyra composing new melodies, and Orion exploring new technological frontiers, always side by side. Their home became a haven for artists and dreamers, a place where creativity thrived and hearts found solace. Young musicians and innovators would visit, seeking guidance and inspiration from the legendary couple, whose love story had become a guiding star for so many. One crisp autumn evening, as they sat by the fireplace, Lyra looked into Orion's eyes, her heart overflowing with gratitude. "We've had quite the journey, haven't we?" Orion smiled, his eyes twinkling with love. "Indeed we have, and I wouldn't change a single moment of it." Lyra leaned in, their lips meeting in a tender kiss. "Here's to many more moments, my love." They spent their days in blissful harmony, their love a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who knew them. And as the seasons changed and the years passed, their bond remained unbreakable, a testament to the enduring power of love. When the time finally came for Orion to depart from this world, he did so with Lyra by his side, her hand in his, their hearts forever entwined. His passing was gentle, a serene transition from one realm to the next, and Lyra, though heartbroken, found solace in the memories of their extraordinary life together. In the days that followed, Lyra continued to honor Orion's legacy, sharing their story with those who sought inspiration. She composed one final symphony, a poignant tribute to the love they had shared, a melody that captured the essence of their journey. As the notes filled the air, Lyra felt Orion's presence beside her, his love guiding her every step. She knew that their souls would one day reunite, in a place beyond time and space, where their love would continue to shine brightly for all eternity. And so, the legend of Orion and Lyra lived on, a timeless tale of love and destiny, inspiring generations to come. For theirs was a love that transcended the ordinary, a love that would forever be eclipsed by the brilliance of their hearts, united as one. In the end, it was their love that had defined their lives, a love that had changed the world and touched the hearts of countless souls. And as the stars shone brightly in the night sky, the legacy of Orion and Lyra continued to illuminate the path for those who dared to dream, a testament to the enduring power of love. Their story, filled with passion, creativity, and unwavering devotion, would be remembered for generations, a beacon of hope in a world that often seemed devoid of it. For in the hearts of Orion and Lyra, love had found its true home, a sanctuary where dreams flourished and souls were forever entwined. And so, in the city of Eclipsia, and in the hearts of all who heard their tale, the love story of Orion and Lyra lived on, a timeless testament to the power of love, a love that would forever be eclipsed by the light of their undying hearts.